I think all options are open for North Korea, and I think we should be open to all options when it comes to North Korea's next steps. Uh, I, we've seen indications that there was resumption of activities in Punggye-ri, so it's no surprise. The threat is, of course, important, but I think we have not shown North Korea enough signs to really discourage Kim Jong Un um, from refraining or from just giving up his weapons totally. So the fact that we're making these discoveries, I think it shows that we take this threat seriously, but it's certainly not enough, I think, for Kim Jong Un to alter his calculations with this program. Well, so I think the very fact that North Korea's been developing its nuclear arsenal for decades and maintained this aggressive stance towards the United States and South Korea and the rest of the world, that's actually consistent with Kim's latest declaration about preemptive use. I think what's underscored, though, is the fact that the remarks came from Kim Jong-un himself. So there's more of an official stamp on it. And I think that conveys a stronger message to the rest of the world about how serious North Korea is about the nuclear weapons. And it's not just for defensive purposes. It never was. It's a bigger threat. And I also think that North Korea might have been biding its time to declare preemptive use, the preemptive purpose of its nuclear weapons program, maybe based on two factors, capabilities and the right geopolitical circumstances. And he probably judged that both conditions were sufficiently met this time. The international community to be, I don't want to say receptive, but to take the threat seriously, but to be distracted to a point where they will not be able to respond adequately to the growing North Korean nuclear threat. I mean, I think at this stage, the opportunities for for real substantive cooperation between the U.S. and China on North Korea, it seems very slim at this point, and also due to Beijing's own interests in the region. It's going to cooperate with the United States on the North Korea threat only to the extent that the DPRK factor doesn't really infringe upon Beijing's own stability or undermine its own ambitions in the region. So to a certain extent, we've tried to sanction some of the Chinese entities, but it's not enough because I think the pressure is not consistent. The right mix of pressure and also the right signaling to indicate that the pressure might be actually lifted if Beijing were to cooperate. If the Yoon administration seeks to effectively deal with the growing North Korean nuclear threat and also protect Seoul's own security interests, of course, we're going to need to see a more principled position, I think, from South Korea, a departure from what we've seen under the current administration. And it's clear that the North Korean threat is not just focused solely on the nuclear problem. There are other illicit activities in the shipping, cargo, and the crypto spaces that are also, they're basically sustaining and also funding Kim Jong-un and his nuclear pursuits. The harder line approach appears to be the more effective way, I would say, in light of the growing North Korean threat. I think from that point, when South Korea and Washington show this truly united front, something to show to Kim Jong-un that the United States and Korea are just not going to just take it.